ladies and gentlemen, it's Brandon to be Marco again. Last week I told you all my picks for the Southern 500, and this week I plan to tell you all my picks for the All-Star race. But first, let's go over a recap of the Southern 500. And like I said last time, the Southern 500 was going to have a lot of crashes. There's Michael Waltrip's car's engine blew up totally. I'd never seen that in a race car. Not since I started watching NASCAR. That was a big one.
Please, would you bring your attention to me?
And here's another crash. It was a big crash. Denny Hamlin, the guy I picked last week, if you remember. He really kind of disappointed me this week. I know he crashed here, but it wasn't too bad. He didn't get most of the damage, and he just let me down. And here's another guy I picked to do good, Kyle Busch. You know, he's been having the best of the year. I thought maybe he'd be doing good. He hit the wall, and this is just bad luck for him. Other people hitting the wall today, but he kind of hit it hard. And look at that tire, just spinning and spinning. Now he ended up doing bad. He was doing good the whole race, and then just look at that tire. And here comes Greg Biffle into the screen. That's the white car in the front. He was leading so much in the race at points, like by 8 seconds at times. He was doing so great. He was the fastest car out there. I picked him as my #1 pick, and I was so happy. He was the fastest car. He led the most laps. Overall, it was just a great pick. It was great because he's my favorite, and I was happy he did good this week. And Greg Biffle was doing great until this happened. See, he crashed. He went all the way back to 32nd, and then he moved up to 23rd after the first pit stop. And then in the end, he was so fast, he moved all the way back up to 8th. There just wasn't enough time for him to win. And here comes Mark Martin coming in for the win. He started doing good in the end, and nobody could catch him anymore. He just got a huge gap. Congratulations, Mark Martin. Maybe next time you win, you should do some burnouts. You don't do that. What do you guys like that review of the Southern 500? I thought it was a really good race. Not only because my favorite Greg Biffle was winning, and not only because all my fantasy did great. By the way, I said I wanted to get up to first place finally, and I did. After the silent rains, I just came up from out of nowhere. I was the guy in the back, and just being quiet and quiet. I won last year, and I'm hoping I can win this year. I came up to the front, but it's not over yet. It's not even close to being over yet. I'm excited about the next year. But this week is the All-Star race. I'm really looking forward to the All-Star race. This race has a lot of hype. You see, it starts, there's burnout contest, there's pit crew contest, puts everyone in the spotlight, and it's a lot of fun for everyone in it. And I voted for Elliott Sadler for the All-Star race, and I hope if you guys see this before the voting's done, I don't know if you will see it before the voting's done, but please vote for Elliott Sadler. Because my brother, he has autism, and Elliott Sadler's a big autism advocate. I'm a big Elliott Sadler fan because of that. And autism, it affects a lot of people really bad. All them people have great hearts, and it's just so sad to see them struggle. But this is a NASCAR show. It's all about happiness. We're not gonna bring it down to the sadness with autism. So let's go in and talk about the rules of the 2009 All-Star race. Alright guys, to be in the All-Star race, there's a lot of things you can do. 1 would be to win the championship in the last 10 years. 2 would be the easiest to win a race in the last year. 3 would be to be voted in by the fan vote. And 4 would to win or come in second in the sprint showdown. And as of right now, Thursday, May 14th, here are the drivers that are in. The fan vote winner, the sprint showdown winner, and the sprint showdown runner-up have not been named yet. They will be coming soon. Sprint showdown is Saturday, May 16th, the day of the All-Star race. It's like right before the All-Star race, so be sure to watch that one on Speed. But right now, the drivers that are in are Kurt Busch, Mark Martin, Brad Keselowski, Casey Kane, the winner last year. He does great at this track. He always does good. He won the Coca-Cola 600 and the All-Star race last year. Denny Hamlin, Tony Stewart, my favorite guy, Greg Biffle, Matt Kenseth, Kyle Busch, another one of my favorites, Jeff Gordon, Kevin Harvick, both ones of my favorites, Jeff Burton, Clint Boyer, Ryan Newman, Jimmy Johnson, again, another one of my favorites, Dale Earnhardt Jr., Bobby Labonte, and Carl Edwards. So basically how it works is there's 4 different sections of the race. The first section is a 25 lap thing, and then there's going to be a caution, and then there's going to be another section with a green flag pit stop that's mandatory, and then after that section there's going to be a third one, and then after that there's going to be a 10-minute break. In the 4th section, after a 10-minute break on the pit, there's going to be a big 10-lap shootout to the win, and it's going to be really exciting, really fast, really high energy. There's going to be no caution laps, don't count in this race. It's just going to be a fun one, and I'm excited for this week. I'm going to say Jimmy Johnson, Casey Kane, and Kurt Busch are going to do good here. This week, fantasy points or any points don't count, so I'm not going to pick all the guys that I normally do. But next week at the Coca-Cola 600 I will, and they're at the same track. But what you can expect this week is it's going to be slow in the beginning, and then at the very end it's going to be really fast-paced. It's going to be really fun, and I'm really looking forward to it. The All-Star race, all the hype, all the excitement, the pit crew challenges, everything. This is Brandon the Beam Man Morocco signing out. See you at the races.